Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 185, and I am so glad that you are here today because I'm giving you a talking to. Oh, yes, I am. You'll know when y'all show up for these episodes. I'm going to give you a little talking to. I'm going to just shoot it straight, right? I want you to stop letting these 3 fears hold you back because they are. They're holding you back as you start and build your business, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to bring them out into the open air. Let's face them. And I want you to realize that you have to just move past them, even though you have them. Okay. So we're going to have a talk today. I'm so happy you're here. If you are new, welcome. You have found the podcast that is going to help you as you start and build your business, doing what you love, whether you're starting a local business, an online business, a coaching business, consulting, a brick and mortar, a booth, an online store, whatever it is. You're in the right place. I'm here to help you, guide you, encourage you, and let you know that this is possible for you. You can turn your passion, skills, and God-given gifts into a successful business. If you're new, listen up. You need to get plugged in right now. That's what you need to do, okay? Click the link down below. If you scroll down right now, if you're an Apple Podcast, Spotify, scroll down to the show notes. You're going to see all my notes there, okay? There's going to be a little podcast subscription and some links. One of them is going to say, get in my private Facebook group. You need to get in there. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. Click the link. It's going to take you straight over to Facebook. It's going to open Facebook, okay? And there's going to be 3 quick questions. You'll enter your email. Boom. You will now have your request submitted to get in the group, and I'll be approving it here pretty quick. So I can't wait to welcome you in. You need to get in the group because you do not need to start your business alone. There's no way. Don't start your business alone. That's ridiculous. And I know you're not starting it alone because you've already sought out a podcast. Okay. So I know that you want help and that you would love community. And that's what it is for. You can ask all those what you think are silly questions. Ask them to the group. There's so many new business owners all starting. Some of them are at different stages, but they'll answer your questions. Any kind of question you have, whether it's an internal emotional question or an actually a how-to question. Okay. You can post those in the group. I made the group for you. I made it for you so that you would have a place to be surrounded by other women starting their businesses too, okay? Okay, so make sure you do that. Then I've got some free goodies for you. I've got a 16-step checklist that you can use. It's super handy for starting your business. Then I have a business idea guide. If you're what kind of business am I actually meant to start? Then you need to download my guide. I'm going to help guide you on that so you can finally figure it out. So that is it for all you newbies. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are awesome, amazing, and grateful. I'm so honored to be guiding you along this amazing journey. I wanted to read a review today. Yes, I do read these every now and then. It's from V King 713, and it says, phenomenal. with the 5-star rating. So thank you, V King. Says, I can't say enough good things about Kimberly and this podcast. It has helped get me out of my comfort zone to open my brick and mortar store and take my hobby business to a full-time business. Listening to this makes me feel like I am not alone and that I have a support group. I love that. Thank you, V King 713. And if you are sitting here listening right now and you're like, I've been listening for a long time. Maybe you've been listening since the beginning, since 3 years ago. Right? But you've never taken the time to write a review. Would you be so kind to do that? It would mean so much to me. All you have to do is scroll down to see where the rating is right now. And then you can just hit the 5-star rating. And then if you have 30 seconds, like VKing713, you can leave a review about what this podcast has meant for you. It literally warms my heart. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So if you have time to do that, that would be wonderful. Okay, on to the episode. Hi, everyone. How are you? Okay, tell me about your business. I need to know what's going on. What is happening? What are you working on this week? I need to know. I'm super interested. If you are in the Facebook group, you know how interested I am because I watch and try to respond to a lot of our weekly posts where we have imperfect action on Mondays. And that's a post that I have every Monday. And it will keep you kind of accountable. Like, okay, what am I doing this week? And so you can post it in the group, what you're doing and working on. I love to see all the action that you're taking. I post action that I'm taking too. Y'all, don't ever think that even when you become a seasoned business owner, that you're not starting new things, that you're not courageously still trying to do stuff. I'm doing stuff all the time. Okay. And so I'll put things I'm working on. On Wednesdays, y'all will notice I have the wins on Wednesdays because yes, I believe in celebrating every little thing. Even if you just got your DBA or you made your first social post or whatever it is, you figured out your business name or you paid for your domain name or whatever it is. Let's celebrate it because every little step is a step closer to your dream. Okay. And you can do this. You're taking it step by step. You're doing the right things. You're seeking out help and support. And I'm just so excited for y'all. So I'm excited to know what you're doing and what the update is. So make sure you always post it on those posts. Today, we're talking about a big one, and that is fear. And a lot of you suffer this. A lot of you tell me this. This is a pervasive topic. It is all the time. Coaching clients that I have one-on-one. Anyone in my Just Getting Started group, anyone in Grow Getters, and now even with my new podcasting group that I'm starting to help you all start your podcast. The word fear comes up all the time. And even if you don't use those 4 letters, F-E-A-R, you use some other words that are disguising fear. Do you know that? That your fear gets disguised. It's like the devil at work, right? I mean, it's just, you don't even realize that it's fear-based. A lot of the stuff that we do, a lot of the angst, I'm sure y'all can relate, right? Don't you think? Even in your personal life, there's stuff, you can think about it right now, stuff that you're being held back from, stuff that you don't do. If you don't invite people over, you don't go to some fun meeting or go meet with friends, there's some kind of fear going on. Are you willing to admit that? I hope you are, because I think that's the first step in all of this is acknowledging that we all have a lot of fear in personal life and in our business life. Right? But these are the common 3 fears. I wanted to talk about them today that I see that you need to stop letting overtake you because here's what's happening. Spoiler alert. It's holding you back. You're not moving forward. You're not approaching what you're doing with confidence. And you're not moving towards your dream. If you're not doing those things, then what the heck are you doing? People, listen to me. We have to move past the fear. We do it anyways. That's what courage is. Courage is having fear and moving past it regardless. Because I know that I'm called to do this. That's why. I don't think you should do things that are scary that you don't want to do. Okay. For example, I've talked about this before. My son, Grayson, skydives. And he got total OCD obsessed with getting his and I'm not even exaggerating, the OCD obsessed, totally obsessed with getting his skydiving license. And he wanted, I'm like, why do you want a skydiving license? He said, because I want to jump out of planes by myself. I want to be able to do goofy stuff and do flips and do all this crazy stuff. Lord help me as a mother, by the way, but I digress. Anyways, he wants to do them all by himself. Okay. Well, he just got his license. He was in Madrid for studying abroad, learning Spanish. He's in college. And he decided, I'm going to get my skydiving license. He hired a VA. Y'all listen to me. He hired a VA for $5 an hour on like Fiverr or Upwork or one of those. I'll have to find out, to help him do random stuff. And one of them was to search out all the places in Europe where you could get your skydiving license. What was the safest, most inexpensive place? Okay. It was in Portugal. He got a skydiving license. And he keeps saying to me, you need to go skydiving. Mom, go skydiving. Let's go. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. That's the point of my story here. I know this was a long story. I don't want to skydive. So even though I'm scared to the core of my being to jump out of an airplane, I honestly do not want to do it. I don't want to do it. I have zero, like on a 0 to 100, with 0 being the least, no, 0 being the, what is it? 0 being the least desire and 100 being the most desire. I'm at a 0. I have no desire. Like not even one little mini molecule wants to do this. Okay. So to me, that's not something I need to build up the courage to do because I don't actually want to do it. Y'all see my point here? It was a long story to get to the point. The point for you is with your business, you do want to do this. You do, right? Are you listening? Like you do. You're here because you want to start a business. Like you've been thinking about it. Maybe you have a full-time job. Maybe you have a part-time job. You're trying to get it going now. So maybe you can quit your full-time job or maybe you can replace your income and you want to do these things, right? But you've let fear slow you down. You've let fear get in the way. Let's talk about these 3 things that I see with new business owners like you. Number 1, you have a fear of what others will think of you. Am I right? Do you think like, this is what people like you tell me. Y'all tell me that you have this product or service that you created and you're kind of embarrassed. You don't know if your friends, family, neighbors, whoever are going to be like, why is she starting that business? Like, she's not very smart or she's not good enough to start a business. This is what y'all think. She's not good enough. She's not smart enough. Her product, what the heck? She draws art or she makes dog products or she makes clothing or jewelry or she sells her coaching services. Are you really worried about what other people think of you? Let me tell you this right now. Most of the time, your friends and family will not be the ones buying from you. They will not be your customers. And sometimes they're the worst customers. Sometimes they can be the worst because they'll expect more of you. They expect discounts, all that good stuff. But you know what they are the most amazing thing for is referrals. Friends and family will refer you. It works every time. Y'all know I have a home decorator right now, Laura. Shout out to Laura if you're listening. She's amazing and awesome and just the greatest in my book. She does everything and has helped me so much. She got referred to me by another friend. And it was a slam dunk right out of the gate because the friend knew what kind of person I was and knew that Laura would be perfect for me. Referrals are the best. That's what your friends and family are for, okay? So you're worried about what others think. And I want you to realize that you shouldn't be worried about what your friends and family think. You should even be worried about what other people think because I don't think you really care about the people right now that you don't know. I don't think you're really worried about them. I think you actually know in your heart that those are the ones that are going to buy from you. What you're worried about is friends and family. Are you worried about old high school friends? Are you worried about college friends, like church friends? Like, what are you worried about? Get over it. I've told y'all this a million times before. If you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, I want you to know that people actually respect you a ton for courageously starting a business. Because there's so many people that you don't know right now around you in your life that have always thought about it and they've never done it. Okay. So they're actually admiring you when on the other side of the fence is you over here worried about what everyone's going to think. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. The people that want your stuff are going to jump up and down and be excited. Okay. Assuming you have something that's positive. You could offer some kind of service, like let's say seriously, like if it was like hospice care or something like that, people aren't going to be jumping up and down for you, but they are going to be so pleased to find you. Right. So my point is people will be so happy to find you. They will be so thankful that you put your products or services out there and that they can pay you money for them. I have clients gladly giving me money. They're like, thank goodness I needed somebody I trust and somebody I agree with to help me with my business. I could not find the right person. Do y'all know that feeling when you give somebody money that you really don't love them? Not that you need to love people you buy stuff, but you know, when you've paid money for something, you're like, I really don't like them. And I'm really mad because there's no other choices. Imagine that your people right now have no other choices and they're just waiting to hear about you. Okay. And you're over here stuck in your own head, worried about what other people will think of you. Get over it. They probably don't care. My good friends do not care that I have a business. That's not why they like me. Okay. That's not why they like me. They think it's cool. Probably. I'm thinking, I don't know. I just put words in their mouth, but maybe they think it's cool that I do that. Many of my friends are teachers or in the education area, right? Maybe they think that's great, but you know what? They love what they do and they make a difference in kids' lives every day. They're amazing. I think they're amazing. Okay. But they're not the ones buying from me. And your friends are probably not going to be buying from you. And so once you realize that, because many of you may not even realize that it's probably not going to be your friends. They may do it in the beginning to support you, like to support your business or get a gift for a friend or family or whatever, but they're not really your customers. So why are you worrying about them? They already like you and they will refer you. Your friends and family will be your best referrers. Okay. So get over the fear of what others think. There's people that don't know you that are waiting on you right now. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, you fear that people won't buy your stuff. Okay. So let's kind of backtrack because I just said a minute ago that you feared what others will think and that there'll be others that don't know you that will love your stuff. But number two, you fear that people won't buy your stuff, whatever it is, clothes, services. You have an inner fear. Many of you tell me, okay, maybe not all of you. So if you don't, good for you. But a lot of you tell me that you're just scared that you're going to open your store. Either it's a brick and mortar, it's online, whatever it is, and nobody's going to buy it. Well, here's the hard truth. There is a chance that in the beginning, someone may not buy. And I'm just being honest. I've had people start their businesses and come to me and say, I haven't gotten any sales. And it's hard. It's hard for me to listen to, but there's a reason. There's a reason why no one's bought. They probably haven't showed up. No one knows about their business. They just opened it and launched their website or did something, but they didn't tell anybody. Like usually that's the case. And I'm not trying to, pinpoint your cause of maybe why you didn't have sales. But a lot of times I'm finding because they didn't put themselves out there at all. They just turned a sign from closed to open and just thought, because maybe they mentioned it to some people, that there was going to be a rush of sales, and it's not the case. On the other hand, most of the people that come to me and are starting their business, they get sales pretty quick because I teach how to do stuff before you launch so that you can drum up some interest. So that's all in my Just Getting Started group. So if that's you, and you would love to know, what are the steps? What should I be doing to generate interest so that when I open the doors, there's actually some sales coming in? Make sure you check out the Just Getting Started group today because I don't want you flailing around. I want you to have the tools that you need to be able to drum up interest and start having sales right when you open your doors. But a lot of you fear this and it's paralyzing to a lot of you. You're like, what if no one buys my stuff? Here's the deal. If you're taking all the right steps, you're going to get sales. You're eventually going to get a sale. Okay. So it's not going to go on forever where you never get one sale. You're going to get a sale. Okay. There's a lot of steps in between there just to make sure that you're doing the right things, that you're selling a product or service that's actually needed, that people will pay for, and that you've become known. Right. So know that. But you over here worrying about, should I even start my business? What if no one wants to buy this? I think that's absolutely ridiculous. You have no idea what the future holds for you. You have no idea the lives that you're about to impact. You have no idea how many people will be excited to buy your stuff. And you trying to be a psychic and say people aren't going to buy or I'm so worried is just debilitating. And you have to stop it. It's holding you back. It's preventing you from just getting it out there and getting it open. Y'all, that's the hardest part, is just going, you know what? I'm going to do this. Who cares? You're going to put blinders on. It's like putting a visor with sunglasses. Like, if you've ever been really hot outside or there was mosquitoes and you had to put on a whole bunch of stuff, or if it was raining, you're like, I need to put this on and this on. I need to cover my face. Or when you go snow skiing, you have goggles, you have the whole thing over your head. You're protecting everything. That's kind of what you have to do when you start your business. You're like, I got to protect myself and just go. Just like not even worry about it. Because if I'm thinking about all the other stuff, I'm going to be so freaked out. I'm not going to do anything. Okay. Fear that people won't buy your stuff is silly. Okay. They will buy your stuff at some point. The bigger question is, right, is this business sustainable? How many sales do I need a month? Like there's a whole bunch more data and information and stuff that we can work through with that. Like if you're in one of my programs, but you just worrying that someone's not going to like or buy your stuff is just silly. So just stop that. You can talk to anyone in any of my groups. They've gotten sales. Okay. It happens if you're taking the right steps. Okay. So don't let yourself get stifled and delayed because of that. It's hurting you. You are on a mission to get this out into the world. Okay. So let's review and then I'll go into number 3. The first fear that's holding you back is the fear of what others will think of you, that you're starting a business. Number 2, the fear that people won't buy your stuff. Okay. And the other fear that's holding you back, that a lot of you tell me, I'm not saying you personally, but a lot of people tell me, is that you will lose money. And I think this is a valid fear. So I'm going to validate this with you, that is a fear, because that's the whole thing of a business, is that you have to make money. It's not a hobby. So I'm with you. I feel you on that. It's scary. But you know what? That's the whole journey that you're on as a business owner, is to keep it afloat and figure out how you're going to market it and how you're going to keep broadening your reach and telling more people and getting repeat business. But let's not put the cart before the horse, because a lot of you don't even have your business open yet. And you're worried about all this future stuff. It's like me having a toddler at home going, oh my gosh, she's 3 years old. What college? I'm just worried about college. College, what's she going to get into? I'm trying to tell if she's picking up her numbers and knowing, her letters, and she's starting to talk. Like, people, stop. Isn't that ridiculous if I did that? If I told you I have a 3-year-old and I'm worrying about her college, you would be like, what are you doing? Can you just make sure that she gets down for nap time today and that you have a little well-balanced meal for her today? I mean, that's what a lot of you are doing. You're putting the cart before the horse, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose money. I'm going to keep doing this. And you haven't even hardly started. You don't even have your prototype ready, and you're already worried about losing money. You've got to take one smart step in front of the other, and it will lead you to that next challenge. And I'm going to be honest, it's like raising a child. At every stage, there's a new challenge. So anyone who's raised a child or a pet, any kind of pet, you get it. Let's think if you get it when it's a baby. Okay, that's what I'm going to assume. You're getting it when it's a baby and you have all the things. When I bought my dog, it was, the potty training, the little bits of training that I was doing, making sure the puppy understood its boundaries with the other dog, taking it outside here and there. And then the next challenge was chewing. Started chewing on everything in our house, the corners of cabinets, like the corners of our cabinets. Right now, y'all know my decorators here. And I'm like embarrassed. I look down the bottom of some of the cabinets, like in my bathroom, and it's like the stain is rubbed off because the dog, during that puppy teething time, had chewed off the corners of kitchen cabinet. Well, it wasn't as much the kitchen. It was the bathroom cabinets. And then up our stairs, there's like wood on the bottom. Like it was carpeted. Does this make sense? I don't even know what you call it. Under the railing. I don't even know what you call that. But it's like wooden under there, under the railing. And he had chewed like every step. And so that was a nightmare. And then he got older and he started getting rowdy. He needed to be walked all the time. And it's just all the things, right? It's the same with your business. There is a new challenge at every stage. Okay. You're always refining. You're always working on things. But to put the cart before the horse and say, I'm worried about college when my child is 3 years old is ridiculous. Don't you agree? Let's just be logical. You agree that that's a waste of time. Would that be a waste of time? Now, the only other thing that I will say is that I think praying for your child when your child is young and praying for them when they get older Because I've heard people praying for their child's spouse when their child was little. I think it was my mother-in-law had told me that. And I remember thinking that. I think she told me that when my son was little. And I was like, I need to start praying for his wife now. So I think prayer is good, right? I think prayer is good way ahead of time. But I think worrying way ahead of time is not good. It's not healthy. And prayer, make sure you're doing it in a way that is healthy and isn't because of worry. It's just more like you are just praying ahead of time, right? It's a genuine prayer for the future of your child, right? But you being afraid now that you're going to lose money before you even have your prototype ready, before you're even going, is just redonkulous. Okay. And do y'all like the word redonkulous? I do like that word. Okay. So let's go over these fears that are holding you back. They're stifling you. They're not allowing you to move forward. And I hope you see that they are ridiculous. Number one, the fear of what others think of you. Your friends and family actually admire you and you don't even realize it. Okay. There's people out there waiting on you. Number two, there's fear that people won't buy your stuff. That's ridiculous. Somebody will buy your stuff. They will buy your stuff. That's a silly thing. Now, the question is, do you have a long-term business? No one can answer that right now because it's going to depend on how you run the business. But fear that people won't buy your stuff is so silly. Like literally stop that right now. Like just get your stuff going. Someone will laugh. If you could show it to me and I could be like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Someone will buy that. Okay. Number three, fear that you'll lose money is ridiculous because you're putting the cart before the horse. I don't actually think that the fear of losing money is so absolutely terrible to think that, because I think we do have to have a healthy fear so that we keep our business afloat and it doesn't turn into a hobby. Okay. But fear of losing money is a waste of time because right now you're in one stage and you have to keep making the next smart step. Okay. So everybody, let's agree that we have fears. All of us have some type of fear. Most of them are unfounded. Most of them are a waste of time. Most of them are a waste of energy. And the best thing you can do right now is put one smart step in front of the other. Okay? One smart step in front of the other. Put your blinders on like you've got a ski mask, a ski hat, ski jacket, a scarf. You're bundled up and you're ignoring all the other skiers out there. You're ignoring everything and you are just enjoying the ride. If you're going down a ski mountain right now, think about it. You would be going down enjoying the air, the cool, crisp air. You would be enjoying the mountains. You would be enjoying the sun and the snow. And that's how it's got to be when you start this business, that you put blinders on and you go. And you're not putting blinders on to what you should be doing. You're putting blinders on to the fear, to all the noise, to all the things coming at you, to your own drama, your own thought drama. Does that make sense? You can do this. I'm so excited for you. Keep taking one smart step in front of the other. And if you right now are sitting here going, yeah, I could use some help, you'll know I have the Just Getting Started group to help you get your business started and open. We need to get it open, first of all. And then I have Grow Getters to help you start building your audience, because you've got to have an audience before you and you've got to be building leads on a regular basis and have a flow of people coming in and you like have this audience to market to, so that you're just not marketing to the thin air. And that's in Grow Getters. Make sure you check it out. And then when this airs, I may or may not have my podcasting beta program open. I'm so excited for those of you that have been thinking about starting a business podcast, opening a beta program. And so make sure you check that out below too. I'm so excited for y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. Remember, squash the fear, keep moving. You are going to start living your business dream. Okay, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.